Wynter B is made for ages 18 and up because despite me just recently getting this guy, he's quickly become one of my favorites in my entire collection. Like, oh my gosh. Comics, Transformer comics specifically, are kind of a touchy subject nowadays. Ever since issue 30, Skybound has been completely derailing and went from telling a tragic, serious story to hype moments and aura. Marvel's comic runs back in the 80s and 90s take 2 compendiums to completely understand and get. Dreamwave I forget even existed. Legends is horny. Go-Go is adorable and I need to continue reading that. But IDW feels different from the other comic companies and just comic lines in general. Whilst comics like Dreamwave took G1 and added a bit of style and characters to it, IDW told a very much unique story. The Wreckers, Lost Light, and the technical topic of today's video, More Than Meets the Eye, all told different interesting stories. Whilst quality varies in these comics, one thing remains a constant hit for me: the designs of the characters themselves. And long story short, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass. I think where IDW succeeded the most in terms of Transformer designs was one man. A man so loyal to the Decepticon cause that he wears their insignia on his face like Dr. Doom. A man with not 1 but 2 arm cannons and a badass Cybertronian tank mode. A man who had one of the greatest Voyager releases in all of the Legacy trilogy. And today, we're taking a look at that figure specifically. So hello my hive, I'm Wynter B, and today we're taking a look at Legacy Evolution Comic Universe Tarn, a figure that has quickly become one of my favorite Voyagers in my entire collection. It's a small collection, but hey, it still counts! Wynter B Transformers. In my previous video about the Henkei Specialist Decepticon 3-pack, I made a remark that purple and gray was my absolute favorite combination of colors, second only to yellow and black because, well, I didn't say that last part, but it's true. In Transformers, you have characters like Skywarp, Shockwave, Astrotrain, Nightbird, and then Tarn, who all wear these color combinations beautifully. With how vibrant my small little collection is at the moment, he seems to be the one that sticks out the most. That's mainly because of his dark, dull color palette standing out in the sea of reds and yellows most figures in my collection have. The black, purple, gold, gray, and translucent maroon, despite how dull everything is, makes him look a lot more intimidating and imposing, even next to some of my taller figures like SS-86 Grimlock and Cyberworld Scorponok. One thing I do have a bit of an issue with is his proportions. The upper half looks fine for the most part, but then you get down to the legs and his arms start to look tiny compared to them. It's not Henkei Octane levels bad, but it's still not the greatest, and it does take me back a bit. The pictures that they took of this guy also do make the arms a bit worse, but in person it's not terrible. It's tolerable, and I get why they did it. It's for the transformation. For being a Voyager class figure, yes, this is a Voyager by the way, Big Convoy was a leader. We are shrinking in size. This guy has a lot more articulation than even some leader class figures I have. Hell, the only other figure who poses as much as he does in my collection is SS-86 Hot Rod, I think, who is also a Voyager. What is going on? And just like that guy, his transformation is so much fun, but there is a little bit of a clearance issue in the arms. With SS-86 Hot Rod, it was rotating the arms up and then around, which was a bit of a struggle, but you got used to it after a while. This guy's arms pop out and then rotate, but if you do it incorrectly, the chest can and will pop out, and it's on clear plastic hinges because Hasbro and Takara, in all of their wisdom, decided to make his chest clear plastic that's just painted. Fun! You need to bend the shoulders back a bit so the chest has enough space and clearance to go forward. Sometimes one of the shoulder treads like to pop off when folding into the forearm. This is probably an issue with the hinge itself. It's either because it's too shallow or one of the little plastic tabs keeping it in place is too small. If I had to pick, I'd say it's probably the latter one. That's the issue because of how it seems to wiggle in there. The cannon is also very loose, but it needs to rotate for transformation, so it's fine, I guess. It's not an end of the world thing. The tank mode he has is your typical Cybertronian alt mode. A shape that's kind of been contorted into something. It's a bunch of shapes stacked on top of each other to look vaguely like a vehicle. In this case, the vehicle of choice is a tank with a strange turret placement, turrets that like to pop out on the top, and a vehicle that doesn't like to roll whatsoever. So in other words, standard stuff. I would get on this mode for not rolling, but I don't see how you can make this thing roll without compromising it somehow. With all the 5mm ports he has, you can also place these cannons wherever the fuck you want, honestly. And now, here are some tank modes I've conjured up. Stealth mode. Barrage cannon mode. Shit, I gotta go pick up nickel now! Mode. Just to name a few. The two different shades of purple really do stand out in this mode now that they're on full display alongside the black and gray. Do I think this is the best Voyager ever? No. Do I think it's really good though? Yes, 100%. It's amazing. It has issues. They are fixable though, so it's not the end of the world. Maybe a removable mask gimmick would make it the definite best for me, but gimmicks typically weigh a figure down in some aspects, and he's fine the way he is. On a scale from 1 to 5 honeycombs, he gets a 4. -1 because of the proportions and some tolerance issues, but he is still really good. Overall, I do recommend this guy. The transformation and robot mode alone make him worth it. Even without the tank mode having the ability to roll, he's still really fun in both modes. Vehicle mode is just a spectacle to look at. Robot mode is intimidating and posing and just powerful looking. Amazon is currently selling him for like $28 right now, which is a hell of a steal in my opinion, and where I got him, not sponsored by the way. If you don't have this figure currently, I highly recommend you grab one now than later, because eventually Hasbro's gonna delist it alongside some of the War for Cybertron characters, probably. Anyways, that's my look at the tall Voyager man himself, Tarn from Legacy Evolution Comics Universe. Follow my socials down below, and stay tuned for next time when we take a look at a deluxe class figure I hold near and dear to my heart. My name is Wynter B, and even if it's morning for you, it's usually late for me, so good night.
Hello, Ghetto Papa Smurf, this is Grandma calling. I was just spectating a match and I noticed that you got fucked!